this is the final video before lovely October begins. And on my channel, if you are not aware, I do a single video every single day in the month of October. So there will be 31 videos that go up on this channel. And so, trying to work into that, I've been making a little list here of all the bucket list things I want to do during the fall, because sometimes you say you want to do the thing, you're looking forward to the season, and especially in October, and then half the time November kicks around and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I didn't do any of the things I really want to do in October. And especially because it's my first fall here in Portland in the Pacific Northwest, and I actually feel like fall is a season that exists here as opposed to in Arizona. It was just summer with a slight chill in the air, and by chill in the air I mean still like 95 degrees. So anyway, let's get into the lovely bucket list of things, some of which will later become videos for this channel. So first things first is cinnamon in my coffee, which I've already been doing. I've gotten a head start. I have to say, using spices, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, some of these things can also lean into the more Yule time season as well, but when I use those type of things, I am immediately put in the fall mood, like just smelling those spices. Ooh. And my favorite thing ever is just to take my morning coffee, black, take a little bit of cinnamon and put it on top and sip away, and smelling the cinnamon just get heated up by the coffee in the morning. Oh, it's perfect. And doing that in the morning time, along with also burning candles and incense, and specific incense that give me the more fall driviness. Rage. Ooh, all about it. All about it. And it's funny because even though I've been on a depth year and there's been a lot of different things that I really want to, do to make it so, I don't know, here 1 second, I can fix the camera. There we go. So doing it so, I don't know, there's some like, you go on a depth year and it's all about like using the things you have and like having those things and actually like really leaning into the tarot deck that I have and leaning into the supplies I have. But then suddenly I got like very luxurious with them in the beginning. I was like, yes, I'm gonna use all the things, it feels so nice. And then I was like, no, don't use anything, don't touch it. And part of it was because like, I don't know, when I'm in dedication or I'm doing certain challenges, a lot of times I forget that there's tools that I can use out of my many a box and bins full of witchcraft stuff. And one of those things is incense and candles. I have a shit ton of them, and yet I forget that like I can burn them. And for a while I couldn't burn any incense or anything really because I was so worried about my smoke alarm. But now I know if I'm in the kitchen, if I'm in my bathroom, if I'm in my little like altar walk-in closet area, then the incense is fine. I just can't have it be burning in the main room. So candles could happen in the main room, but otherwise, that's the next thing I definitely want to do. I also want to spend my early mornings being cozy. This kind of goes along with the cinnamon and the coffee thing. Since I love waking up early, I love like getting up and doing things, but as of course it gets darker and the mornings are darker, I love to be up by 6 a.m, sometimes 5:30, depending on what time I actually went to bed the night before. But it's getting darker and darker. The sun rises here around 6:30 at the current moment, and very quickly that's going to be even later. I really enjoy waking up before the sun's even up and like going outside and enjoying that sunrise with all the cozy. Yes. And in doing that, kind of like curating my night before to make sure that cozy happens. So like opening my window and letting like the really cold breeze come in, having a really comfy robe or really fuzzy sweater to throw on, making sure the cinnamon's in my coffee, lighting some incense, lighting some candles, spending some time at my altar, kind of getting that spooky early morning feeling into it, and like just cozying up into it and enjoying that fall feeling. Because something about just the slight chill in the weather, ooh, it puts me in that perfect, just magical mindset and mood. And I feel it all throughout my days. And already I'm getting a little bit of that in September, but ooh, in October when it hits, yes. Carved pumpkins. This is always on my list. Last year I carved a little pentacle pumpkin and it actually turned out halfway decent. And I like that a lot, and I want to carve other pumpkins as well. There's also a couple of tricks I know people, because my other pumpkin like just rotted and fell apart within like a week's time. It was ridiculous. So I'm hoping there's like certain things you can like rub on the inside of the pumpkin or on the outside of the pumpkin that helps it like last a little bit longer. So I'm hoping to look into that. If you guys want a pumpkin carving video, maybe a live comment down below. Watch a bunch of spooky, witchy damn movies. I don't know why this is, but I always seem to forget about some of my favorites. Of course, Nightmare Before Christmas, because, yeah, have to. The Craft, Witches of Eastwick, the one with Cher. I have never seen that movie, and it's been on my list for a while, so I want to see it. There's also, what is it, that movie where it's like witch, but it's spelled with 2 V's. I'm pretty sure that's more like horror focused, but like, I want to see that as well. It's been on my list. It's spooky, it's weird, horror-esque. Let's watch it. And then also, oh, what's the one? Why am I blanking on this? Practical Magic. I love that movie. That house is just, that in like the middle of the woods, but still within like walking distance to like a coffee shop. Like, dream life right there. But I love that movie. I love watching it, so definitely will be having that to the list. If you guys have any other witchy themed spooky video things that you love to watch, that you have to watch every single year around this time, comment that down below. I also want to do tons of divination. I kind of put a huge kibosh on any divination tools during the summertime because I was dedicating to my deities, and I don't know, divination a lot of times seems to a little bit more introspective about me type of deal. But I've been slowly but surely dabbling with coffee, doing some scrying with that. But also I want to pull tarot a lot more again, and you know, look into my runes, because I had a really actually great stuff with that with Loki in regards to like some of my relationships with him, and I've been kind of like feeling the inkling to use the runes for more than just like how do I connect better with this chaos entity. So that'll be interesting. And let's see what else. Oh, and I've written down here, coffee shop, sweater, good book. I have had this idea in my damn head ever since I left the hometown that I grew up in Illinois, of having a really great book, going to a coffee shop where I know nobody, and just sitting down and cozying up with a great sweater and a book, and sitting down and just having like the most delicious fall themed drink. I really like chai lattes for that time of the year. I don't know, pumpkin spice, like if you're one of those, have a great time. But I don't know, something about it to me, I'm always like, I feel like I'm drinking either pumpkin candle or a pumpkin pie, and I'd rather just be eating the pie. So, but I like a chai latte, so like having like a really nice themed drink and doing that. I'm also trying to limit my time at coffee shops because I've been overspending, but allowing myself at least a couple of those during October, like they gotta happen. Oh, I want to make sure I plan out and do a really great, in-depth, like full-on Samhain ritual. I've always done them ever since I've dedicated myself to being a witch. Samhain is my big freaking day. It's the one Sabbath I never let pass so far, and since it is my first time being here in Portland, and again with the fall and the spooky and the cool, and like I've really been waking up in the mornings and seeing like fog over pine trees. Oh, it's just all the spooky environment that I could ever want. So I want to make sure that on actual Samhain, with this wonderful environment I've curated and driving into all this great feeling that I'm picking up energy-wise, that I do that and show that into a really great Samhain ritual. Let's see. Oh, I want to wear as much black as possible. One thing I've really loved about being here in Portland is noticing how many people do just wear all black all the time as a natural thing. And I don't know, sometimes you just, anyone else like kind of like you acquiesce to what people wear around you. Like I wear a lot of black naturally, like if I'm by myself, like that's kind of like my first go-to is a lot of black. But I kind of, I don't know, steer off it if I'm surrounded by people who wear more color or whatever else. I'll, you know, throw in more gray or white or more earthy tones every once in a while, just to I don't know, switch it up and then not feel like I'm the one weird little goth-ish kid, because I don't even think you could really call me gothic by most of what you even see me wear on this channel. But I love black. I love those like long witchy feeling dusters and more lace and just all of it. And I have a whole bunch of those things, especially a lot of like more black fall-like clothes, black sweaters, black cozy, just and I have a whole bunch of it. I have not gotten to wear it because it's been a damn storage for the last 3 years. I've been living in Arizona, so it's out, and I want to wear it, and I want to like and vibe it with all this great protection magic, and yes, all of the black clothes. And finally, I am wanting to lean more into baking, which I'm actually a pretty good baker, amazingly enough. Cooking, when you have to kind of guesstimate at the spice or whatever, and that's so good at that. But the actual baking, because you have to be like precise with your recipes and all that, I'm damn good at that stuff. And one of the things I kind of got into when I first got into witchcraft was a lot of kitchen witching. I would bake bread, I would, you know, do a lot of meals around Sabbats. There were different spell-based things that I always involved with food. And I've realized in the last 9 months since moving here to Portland, I just, again, haven't been cooking all that much. I'm eating out still way too much. But also, I haven't been doing any spell involving food, which is like one of the best things to do, is to like put all your intention in that food and immediately like eat it. Like for me, I get great results with my spells. So I want to do a whole bunch of like kitchen witching in the month of October. I would love to like bake pie, bake some breads. There's certain like soups and curries and delicious things I love to make, and so really kitchen witching it up. I'd be all about that. You know, maybe taking some of my wooden spoons and utensils and maybe carving into them a little bit of sigil work into the spoons and utensils that I could use to really oomph up everything time I cook. Could be fun as well. So I definitely want to put some magic into my cooking. But yeah, that is my bucket list for the lovely month of October, to make sure that I get through all of the lovely things. As I said earlier, YouTuber is coming, which means a video every single day up on this channel. I've pre-filmed a lot, but if you have a request for this time of the year, a certain spooky thing, a certain thing you'd like me to talk about, because I'm putting out all the videos, comment those down below. And also comment down below what's on your witchy bucket list, or even just fall bucket list, you know, because as October rounds up and then November comes around, sometimes we really want to do a thing, and then suddenly the next season's here, we're like, oh crap, I didn't do the thing. Sad. So making lists like this can always help to make sure you're like, yeah, I did the fun thing that I really wanted to like just take an afternoon or an hour or something and really enjoy. Anyway, I now make new videos every single day on this channel for the next month, so I will see you guys in October.